Basketball fans, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome into a very, very, very special All-Star edition of the Hangout, coming to you from the NIKEiD Basketball Lounge in downtown Toronto. I am NIKEiD Augustine, I am your host, and because it's All-Star Week, we need an All-Star panel, and I'll say this right now. On paper, this is a championship team, guys. Let's take it in.
On paper.
On paper. All right, let's start at the end. This is quite possibly the most decorated high school basketball player to ever play in Canada, a former Minnesota Golden Gopher, a former Syracuse Orangeman, a former Philadelphia 76er and current broadcaster for the Toronto Raptors, Rautins. Thank you.
But I wasn't even voted on this crew.
No,
That's what's crazy about that.
Okay, how about another name you might be familiar with, a former member of our team here at NBA TV. He kind of changed the way Canadians broadcasted sports over there with the Score crew, and now you can't watch him because he's on ESPN. Make some noise for Adnan Virk.
I still watch him. I sneak that footage.
Yeah, can I say, by the way, Akil, I'm here as a personal favorite. Aaron LaFontaine, my old boss.
No name dropping.
Well, he said drop by sometime to get me on vacation. I had no problem. I had no idea. These guys are ringers. I didn't know that I was going to be with
we had
Leo and Strombo and you. If I had known, I would have dressed up a little bit.
Three big guns right there. But honestly, we've wanted this guy on the show. He came out for his very first time, our rookie season. He is back. Let's list off his accomplishments. No. We have to. First, we fell in love with you at Much Music. We followed you to CBC. We spent the summer with you on CNN. And now you're changing the face of Hockey Night in Canada. George Stroumboulopoulos.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And you did it so close to my house. How could I say no?
Exactly.
George lives next door, seriously.
All right.
My bedroom on that side of the wall. Seriously.
Is that what those holes are drilled there for?
We don't want to talk about that.
You know you're going to get this kind of activity with this group. But let's get into it. It's All-Star Week, and All-Star is all about All-Star Game, All-Star Saturday Night, and the Celebrity Game. Let's get into Saturday Night, though. The three-point contest, looking like the greatest, possibly the greatest collection of shooters ever. Curry, Harden, Redick, Clay, Booker, Chris Middleton maybe even, and Chris Bosh.
Just with the two Warriors, it's the greatest of all time, just the way they've been shooting everything.
Are we all co-signing? This is the greatest collection of shooters? No Larry Bird?
Here's my one caveat. Okay, 85, Larry Bird is in the contest, and Leon Wood is a former teammate of mine. He was in it too. You know what Larry Bird did? He wasn't around at the start of the contest. Like everybody's in a locker room. He walks in a locker room last minute. He goes, how'd you get in here? Nah. And then he says, I just want to see who's going to finish second. And he won it.
Yep.
That is a great three-point shooter.
So just the strength of Larry Bird makes that the greatest.
He psyched everybody out. Who's going to finish second?
Okay, well, let's talk about
If Curry does that,
right. Plus Larry Bird, Hall of Fame through and through, right?
Yes.
We assume Curry's going to be if he continues going where he is. But to have a legend walk in his prime and just say, I shut everybody out now. And every player in that room knew he wasn't. But if you want to look at numbers, Curry's already got as many 3 points made as most people will ever have in their career in one season.
And you could argue he's the most popular guy right now in sports. Like you look at Steph Curry, it's tough to find someone who.
Well,
doesn't
Cam Newton
appreciate
isn't for sure now. So, I mean.
Listen, if you're going to go 3 minutes in your press game post-conference, that's it. You're out.
All right,
baby.
let's throw something because you guys talk about numbers. I mean, at this point in the NBA, is this the most important the three-point shot has ever been? And does that give it a bit more credence now,
hands
Adnan?
down.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, you've got guys that can't shoot that are told to shoot. That's how important a three-point shot is.
Chris Bosh in the three-point contest. Like, how crazy is that?
Right.
He's actually become a really good three-point shooter, but it shows how it's become such a guard-dominated league now.
Is that a hometown discount, though? Like the fact that he used to play here, that Chris Bosh at this stage is in the three-point competition?
Right. We get CB4 in there.
It's
A little
huge.
nostalgia.
Okay, so quickly now, who do you guys have to win?
I think listen, Curry should win, but I mean, I want Clay to come out of nowhere and do it.
I think Steph is the favorite. Everyone wants him to win, but watch out for a guy like J.J. Redick. I think he's a great three-point shooter. Doesn't have any pressure on him. Watch out.
If Steph's on, it's over. But I agree with you. Redick is the underdog. He's been on fire.
I'm going to go with whoever takes the least amount of energy to get their shot off. I think Clay's ruled out because of that jump shot.
No, but I think Clay actually has a slightly quicker release than Steph. So in a three-point competition, can he get him out? If he gets one or two more in, I think that could do it. But Steph's Steph.
Okay.
Who's going to be Steph?
Let's move on to the dunk contest. This is one of the, it's an odd event. You either love it or you hate it at times because of, the fact that some guys can't pull it off.
Who hates it?
People think
bad
it's a little
years.
passé. They think it's never been what it once was. It's become a little stale.
Oh, what's it like over there where it's cloudy all the time? The dunk competition is one of the greatest things in sport. I like to see an alley-oop competition, but a dunk competition is unbelievable.
Alley-oop competition, that's pretty crazy.
I would love to see that.
See, now I like it. You're always reinventing things. Now let's talk about the competitors, okay? We got Andre Drummond. We've seen big guys come into this thing before and do well. Blake Griffin, Zach LaVine, who won it last year. Pardon me?
You need a cape.
You got to be Superman.
If a big guy's going to do it, he better have a cape or something else.
Will Barton, who's better known for his shot at Sixth Man of the Year than being an elite dunker.
That's my underdog.
Is it?
Nice.
Okay, and then Aaron Gordon. I want you guys to pick. You said your underdog is Barton, so who's your lead dog?
Well, you got to go with Levine. I mean, he's the reigning champion, right? And the kid can fly.
Okay.
But Barton is just one of those guys that some of the dunks he has in games with people on him are crazy. With nobody around him, I can't wait to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's tough to bet against Zach. But I mean, the coolest thing here is the fact that you go back to that Vince Carter All-Star Dunk Competition, and that was one that changed basketball. That changed Canadian basketball. So I think it's pretty cool that you're going back to the scene of the crime, so to speak, because this is where that dunk contest, for many people.
That? I mean, I fell off my couch on some of those Vince Carter dunks.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those situations where you go, where were you when that happened? And you had this surge of Canadian basketball players that go, hey, I want to do that too. I want to be like Vince Carter.
So I think Zach does. Oh, sorry, did you pick?
Zach's the guy.
Yep. I think Zach does more in the air and does more in slow-mo, but I'm with him. I think that, I think Barton can come up there and surprise people because I think he's completely an underdog. So in this sport, they want somebody who can surprise. He can come up with something.
And Andre Drummond, if he actually gets a few good dunks, he has to shoot some free throws too.
He has to shoot 60-footers.
We'll talk about that later. I'll let you right know my pick is Aaron Gordon. I love the young bruiser.
He's
I
got
think he's very talented.
hops.
Okay, let's talk about this though. We're Canadians, right? For the most part. You're kind of a traitor, but whatever.
But listen, just because I've lived in America for 6 years, I wave the flag proudly every chance I
He's
get.
an infiltrator for us.
Okay, but
On our side.
let's talk about it. Andrew Wiggins, a kid who's known to be a great dunker. McDonald's dunk contest, he lost, but he did a great performance. 2 years straight, not in the dunk contest. Disappointed?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, listen, you'd like to have the little hometown flavor, like the way that Stroumboulopoulos was talking about Bosch having a little bit of hometown flavor. It'd be great to have Andrew Wiggins. Are you kidding me? This is a GTA guy.
And I think
he's
he could
great.
win it. I think he could win it if he was in it and being at home. Imagine being in Toronto, your hometown, and you win it.
Oh my God.
Knowing
me
the
throw
refs
this-
are going to go for him in a few years.
Let me throw this out there. My producer Dwayne's gonna get mad at me, but I really want to ask this question. Do you think if he was in the dunk contest last year, he would be in the All-Star game this year?
Why is Dwayne going to be mad at you for asking that question?
He's got a schedule for this show.
Always, by the way, just on behalf of all of us, always ignore what the producer says. Just
Yeah,
don't keep it.
I like that. But
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think the Canadian basketball fans spent a lot of time voting for Kyle, so we can't split our votes. You got to get your Raptor in. You got to get the guy who plays here. I understand it's important to get the guy who wears the maple leaf, but you got to get the guy who plays here, who electrifies you every night.
But also, I think what happens with that Kyle Lowry vote, that's a legitimate, like, this guy belongs in that game, right? He belongs. When you're talking about Wiggins, we all want him there. But reality is, right now, is he ready to be in the big game?
Just over 20 points a game is
Exactly.
what he's averaging. Yeah, I am.
okay,
In the
all right.
Western Conference.
I'm willing to dispute that one, but you are Leo Rautins, so I got to give you
I'm
that.
saying, hey, I'd love to see him there. But from a fan perspective and the voting, I mean, you can't argue Kyle being a starter in the Eastern Conference. You can't argue that.
Let's do something else from the fan perspective. All-Star Saturday Night Skills Competition. Something that people are really growing to love. Now they're putting big men in it. DeMarcus Cousins will be in the skills competition. Are you a fan of this, Adnan Virk?
Well, what I'd like to see, Akil, is Leo actually do the skills competition with me, you, and Stroumboulopoulos, because that would be kind of akin to seeing a big man do it with the little
That's
guys. But
pointless.
Listen, I think it's cool. Listen, I watched the hockey All-Star Skills from Nashville. Listen, it's all about having fun, right? PK Subban's going to pretend that he's Jaromir Jagr. You got little Burnsy out there for
What
Brett
happened?
Burns. Oh, basically what happened is that
I don't-
PK
You
Subban
might as
pretended
well-
he was
no,
Jaromir.
just
Hockey?
stop.
No, not hockey here? Okay, sorry.
I love you.
This is
but
the old
this is
Canada I remember.
Canada's
We don't
home
talk
for
hockey
basketball.
I
watch your show, but this is Canada's home for
No
basketball.
pucks. No
Yeah,
pucks.
exactly. All right, no, this is a puck-free zone. My point is the skills competition is about having fun. Big guys, little guys. Who doesn't think that's a cool event?
Hey, all I know is that if I'm an opposing coach in the NBA and Cousins wants to keep shooting threes and doing all that stuff on the outside, I'm all for it. Just stay outside the paint.
I want to watch good athletes do good things, right? So that's why I like the fact that it's not just a point guard field. I'm to see who's the best athlete, and who has the most range and diversity.
Okay, still more to come here in Canada's home for Talking Hoops, but just a quick heads up, February 11th at noon, we are doing our All-Star Dunk Contest countdown featuring myself and some of the greatest dunkers ever. Stay tuned to NBA TV Canada. This is Hangout!